Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the English class. Let's begin. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Spirit. Amen. Chicos, ya hemos terminado el Students Book, la unidad 6. Ya hemos terminado el Workbook, la unidad 6, ¿correcto? Y en plataforma tengo una pequeña fichita de lectura y comprensión, ¿correcto? Vamos todos a la plataforma. Quinto beta 2, ingresas y allí entras a la fecha October 3 to 7, de octubre 3 al 7 entras y allí está la lectura que vamos a trabajar acerca del chaplet, pero haremos lectura, pronunciación. ¿Qué tal nos va en lectura? ¿Llegan a ver el texto, chicos? ¿Sí?
Yes, teacher.
Muy bien. Vamos a hacer lectura entonces de este texto. Somos pocos en el aula. Podemos...
Profesor, una pregunta. Eso se tenía que imprimir, ¿no?
Sí, Pablo, claro que sí, hijo. Si tienes
Ah,
lo imprimes, claro que sí. Sí.
ok, profesor. Yo lo imprimí.
Ok, genial. Vamos a comenzar entonces con la lectura que he preparado. ¿Ok? Comenzamos. Voluntarios con puntos extra, levanten la mano. Matías, te escucho.
The story of chocolate, one of the most popular foods of all time, is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we ate today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but the most important ingredient in cacao bean. Story of cacao bean and in long culinary to stores and supermarkets all over the world. There started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid water, and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to cut cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared land to cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao bean and exchanged the beans for their goods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao bean to the Aztec people. Soon the cacao bean was part of the Aztec life. They used it during as part of religious ceremonies and even as money. With these beans, you could buy a rabbit. With 100 beans, you could buy a soul. One of the Aztec gods, the Aztec could not grow cacao trees because of the dry climate. When the Aztec conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as a tribute.
Muy bien. Alessandro.
One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and this long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid water, and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared and land of cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and extended the beans of for other foods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans of the Aztec to the Aztec people. So key cacao beans was part of the Aztec life. They used it as a drink, as a part of religious ceremonies, and even as money. With with ten with 10 buttons, you you call Bully a rabbit. With 100 cans, you call Bully a slave, one of the Aztec good. The Aztec could not grow cacao trees because of the dry climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked from cacao beans as a tribute.
Ok, genial, genial. Alesia, Bernabé.
The story of chocolate. One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, with the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The story of cacao bean and its long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared land of the cultivated their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and exchanged the beans for other goods. They also use cacao bean for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans on the Aztec people. Soon the cacao bean was part of the Aztec life. They used it as drink as part of religious ceremonies and even as money. With 10 beans, you could be rabbit with 100 beans, you could with a slave. One of the Aztec gods. The Aztec could not grow cacao just because of the dry climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao these attributes.
Genial, genial. ¿Quién más? Gutarate.
The history of chocolate. One of the most popular foods of a time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We cut chocolate candy and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients. But the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and his long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started on hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather and they earn green in the Yukon finish. They were the first people to cut cacao beans. He picked cacao beans from wild trees and colored land to cultivate trees of trees. They made a drink for cacao beans and extract the beans of other goods. They also used cacao beans of regional ceremonies. Ryan traveled north and introduced cacao beans to Aztec people. So the ceremonies and even as money. With 10 beans, you could put a rabbit. With 100 beans, you could put a shelf on the Aztec good. The Aztecs could not grow cacao trees because of the climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked to cacao beans was a tree.
Yeah, thank you. Gretel, te escucho, Gretel.
One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The story of cacao bean and its long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather, and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. They Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and planted land to cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and exactly the beans of other goods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans to the Aztec people. Some the cacao bean was part of the Aztecs' lives. They used it as drink and part of religious ceremonies and events as money. With 10 beans, you could buy a rabbit. With the beans, you could buy a slave on the Aztec good. The Aztecs could not grow cacao there because of the climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as Attribute.
Thank you. Thank you. Pablo?
The history of chocolate. One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and its long journey, the stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather, and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared land to cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and extracted the beans for the other goods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans the, to the Aztec people. Since the cacao beans was part of ceremonies and even as money. With 10 beans you could buy a rabbit. With 100 beans you could buy a cell, one of the Aztec goods. The Aztec could not grow cacao trees because of the dry climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as a tribute.
Thank you. Thank you. ¿Quién más había levantado la mano? Cabrejos. Giacomo, te escucho, Giacomo. ¿No está? Morán, te escucho, Morán.
The history of chocolate. One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays cut chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We can chocolate candy, and we bring hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and its long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather, and they originate peninsula. The Maya were the first people to cut cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared land to cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and exchanged the beans for other goods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans to the Aztec people. Soon the cacao bean was part of the Aztec life. They used it as a queen, as part of religious ceremonies, and even has money. Even with thin beans, you could be Lawyer Rabbit. With 100 beans, you could be a slave. One of the Aztec good. The Aztecs could not grow cacao trees because of the dry climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as tribute.
Thank you. Marco Soto. No responde Marco.
Profesor, sí, es que, profesor, yo no he podido imprimir la ficha, profesor.
No hay problema, hijo. Está en la pantalla. Puedes leerla. Fuerte.
Okay. One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drink. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients. But the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and its long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid water, and they original green in the in the in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to can cacao beans. They picked cacao beans for these trees and cleared land to cultivate their own trees. They made drink of trees, cacao beans, and Mayan merchant traveled north and introduced cacao beans to the Aztec people through the ceremonies and even as money. With 10 beans, you could bow a rabbit. With 10 beans, you could be a slave on of the state good. The Aztecs could not grow cacao trees because of the tree climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for beans as tribute.
Ok. Javier Cabrejos.
The story of chocolate. One of the most popular foods of all time is chocolate. People know what we eat chocolate candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drink. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients, but cacao beans. The history of cacao bean and its long journey to stores and supermarkets all over the world started hundreds of years ago in Mexico, and they originally bred in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from real trees and cleared land to cultivate their own trees. They made a drink from cacao beans and exchanged the beans for other goods. They also used cacao beans for religious ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans to the Aztec people. Soon the cacao bean was a part of the Aztec life. They used it as drink, as a part of religious ceremonies, and even as money. With 10 beans, you could do a rabbit. With 100 beans, you could boil a slave. One of the Aztec goods. The Aztecs could not grow cacao beans trees because of the climate. When the Aztecs conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as a
Thank you. Mi cámara se apagó ya, chicos, es el internet. A ver, por último va a salir Alessandra Silvestre.
The history of chocolate. One of the most popular foods and all time in chocolate. People nowadays eat chocolate in many different forms. We eat chocolate and candy, and we drink hot and cold chocolate drinks. The chocolate we eat today is made from a lot of different ingredients. But the most important ingredient is cacao bean. The history of cacao bean and is long journey to stores and supermarkets and over to the world. Started hundreds of years ago in Mexico. Cacao trees need hot and humid weather, and they originally grew in the Yucatan Peninsula. The Maya were the first people to eat cacao beans. They picked cacao beans from wild trees and cleared land to cultivate their of trees. They made a drink for cacao beans and extracted the beans for others good. They also used cacao beans for religions, ceremonies. Mayan merchants traveled north and introduced cacao beans to the Aztec people. Some the cacao when was part of the Aztecs' life. They often in the as a drink, as part of religious ceremonies and even as money. With 10 pence, you could buy a rabbit with pence you could with a shovel. One of the asset good. The asset called no go cacao trees because of the drink climate. When the ascent conquered the Maya, they asked for cacao beans as a tribute.
Correcto. Bien, chicos, muy buena lectura. Vamos a quedarnos allí, que tengan bonito fin de semana. Nos vemos viniendo de las vacaciones. Excelentes.
Hasta el próximo.
Bye.
Chao, teacher.